It's always nice to say hello to radio friends because I got some pretty loyal friends there across the country that were very nice to me through the years. And I'm awfully glad to have you come up to my office here. And by the way, that's Charlie's desk over there. As you see, he's got his own name there and Top Banana. That's his own idea, Billy. My first experience was in high school answering roll calls for missing classmates, and then they discovered that, and then I got blamed for everything. And then, of course, I got Charlie in my senior year in high school, and I wouldn't have graduated from high school without Charlie, so I owe him a great deal.
Well, he helped you on all the exams, huh?
Yes. Well, no, my history teacher told me not to plan on graduating because I was so bad in medieval and modern history. Well, I was already booked for a show that summer, so I couldn't wait to get going, so a diploma wasn't very important. But then I went on a student recital after I got Charlie in about March, and I heckled all the teachers, and my history teacher, her name was Miss Angel. Charlie says, so I got Miss Angel for history. He said, don't let the name fool you. She grows horns at examination time. Then we picked on the principal, too, and so she kept me after class the next day and said she didn't know I had this talent, and the world needs laughter more than it needs another history teacher. She would help me graduate, so...
Edgar Bergen had first come to the attention of American audiences on Rudy Vallée's NBC Royal Gelatin Hour, December 17th, 1936. How could ventriloquism work on radio? Perhaps Rudy Vallée himself put it best the night Bergen debuted.
Why? People have been asking me for the last 2 days, why put a ventriloquist on the air? The answer is, why not? True, our ventriloquist, Edgar Bergen, is an unusual one, sort of Noel Coward or perhaps Fred Allen among ventriloquists. A dexterous fellow who depends more upon the cleverness and wit of his material than upon the believe-it-or-not nature of his delivery. At Elsa Maxwell's most recent Star-Spangled Party, the local smart set went smartly mad over Mr. Bergen, and currently he is entertaining the white tie folks at the Rainbow Room. Mr. Bergen works with a dummy, several of them in fact, but this one is a typical ventriloquist dummy, except that it is arrayed in top hat and tails. Just imagine a dummy, and take my word for it that both voices you will hear are owned and operated by just one man, Edgar Bergen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As Rudy told you, my friend here is arrayed in considerable splendor.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. And now, young man, I would like to know why you're dressed in tails and top hat and monocle. There must be a story in back of all that.
Oh, there is, stranger?
Yes.
Oh, there is. There's a long story.
I imagine so.
A long story. And a dirty one, too.
I imagine so. Well, where did the money come from?
Oh, the Mazuma.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you.
I wish you would.
You see, my stepfather,
Yes.
he passed away.
I see.
And when he died, he left me 200 smackers.
Oh, he did? Yes, I see. Well, I'm sorry to hear about your stepfather.
What's the matter? What did he do now?
No, I mean, passing away.
Oh, yes, of course, yes.
Well, what about it? Well, I mean, it's sad.
Oh, yes. Yes, it was.
Yes.
Yes, it was sad, really.
Yes.
But then, on the other hand, $200 ain't to be sneezed at either.
No, you're right. Well, tell me, is your mother living yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet. No, I see.
No, she isn't.
Well, what is the name, if I may ask?
The name?
Yes.
Now that I have money,
I see.
it's Denby.
Denby.
Oh, yes, Denby. I'm one of the Fishwell Denbys.
Oh, I see.
One of the Walton on the Thames Fishwell Denbys. Oh.
Well, you must be from the other side.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
But way on the other side.
Yes.
Of the tracks.
I imagine so. You like it over in England?
Oh, it's simply marvelous.
I imagine so.
Yes.
Yes. Well, what do you like most of all?
I love to go grouse hunting in the Scottish uplands.
I see. Grouse hunting.
Yes, it's such fun shooting.
I suppose so.
Oh, yes.
I go every autumnal. You do? Mm-hmm. Well, did you have any luck this fall shooting?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, fine.
The very first day out, I got 3 Cocker Spaniels.
Oh, you did?
And the second day, I got a horse.
A horse?
And my host.
And your host?
I don't miss a darn thing.
I noticed.
If it moves, I shoot. Oh, it's good fun.
I imagine so.
Yes.
Yes. Well, young man, I don't believe you were grouse shooting.
You don't?
No. And I don't believe you were over in England.
Oh, come now. Don't be a twerp.
Well, I do.
You don't believe me?
I don't believe you.
Uh-huh.
And I don't believe your name is Demby.
Oh, you don't?
No.
That's embarrassing.
Yes.
You don't believe me, huh?
I don't believe you.
Uh-huh. Well, heck, I tried.
Yes, I know. So what is it?
Charlie McCarthy.
Oh, I see.
But how could you tell?
Well, you see, Charlie, I am a mind reader.
Is that so?
Yes. And I am a student of psychic phenomena.
Oh, boo-boo-boo!
Yes.
The kid's clever.
Yes. Would you like a demonstration of my crystal reading?
Yes, I would. I'd enjoy it. Just a spot of it.
Yes. You see, I have a crystal here.
Yes, so you have.
Yes.
What does it do?
Well, you see, it helps me to focus my attention.
Uh-huh.
In order for me to give you a reading, I have to go into a trance.
Oh, must you?
Yes.
Well, I'll wait here.
All right.
But what is the crystal, the globule? What does it do?
Well, when I gaze into the crystal,
Uh-huh.
everything goes out of focus.
Uh-huh.
And it seems to whirl round and round.
Is that so?
Oh, yes. Marvelous. Yes. It's just like gazing into a whirlpool.
A whirlpool?
Yes.
What's a whirlpool?
What is a whirlpool?
Now, I ask you first.
All right. You have never seen a whirlpool?
No.
I see.
Awfully sorry.
Oh, that's all.
I never have, actually.
I see.
Awfully sorry.
That's all right.
I hate myself for not having done it.
Oh, that's...
I feel a perfect cad, don't you know?
Oh, that's all right. Well, if you haven't, then of course you haven't.
Well, that's the way I feel about it.
Yes.
I will say this, though. Not so long ago, I fell in a pool.
Oh, you fell in a pool?
Yes.
But it wasn't a whirlpool?
No.
I see.
Awfully sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
It was a cesspool. I was sorry for that, too.
I imagine. But, my good young man, that is neither here nor there.
No, that was up in Connecticut.
All right. Well, now, what would you like to have me tell you about the future while I have the crystal here?
Yes. Would you tell me if there's any work in sight?
Any work?
Yes.
You're interested in a position?
Mildly, yes.
I see. Well, yes, Charlie, I do see a position here.
Oh, goody, goody, goody.
Yes. I suppose you would like to know something about the nature of this work?
Yes, I would.
Yes. And something about the future of the position?
Yes, I would.
Yes.
And something about the salary, too.
The salary, yes. Of course there is the salary.
Well, I hope so, yes.
Yes. Well, the salary, it will be a small starting salary.
A small starting salary.
Yes.
Mm. But it will start.
Oh, it will start, yes.
Could you say how small?
Well, no, I can't say that.
They don't make money that small.
Yes. But I'm sure they will pay you what you're worth.
Yeah, well, I would be interested in that kind of money.
Oh, I see. But I'm afraid the position won't do you much good.
Why, what's the matter?
Well, it seems that your cocktail parties interfere with your work.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
It looks very bad, young man.
Oh, well, I never overdo those things.
Oh, you don't?
No, I never take more than 4 or 5 scotch and sodas.
4 or 5 scotch and sodas.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh, my goodness.
What's that?
Why, I should think 4 or 5 scotch and sodas would make you awfully drunk.
Yeah, well, it helps. It helps.
Don't you know, young man, that alcohol,
Yeah?
it's nothing but slow poison.
Is what?
It's slow poison.
Is that so?
Yes,
Slow poison?
that's what it is.
Slow poison.
Yes.
Well, I'm in no hurry.
Well, then it's all right.
5 months later, NBC gave Bergen his own show Sundays at 8 p.m. He was an instant smash hit.
I copied him from a little Irish newsboy in front of the high school building And he was a real mick, cocky little funny. And I used to kid with him. And so I guess they are Irishmen that look like him. But Mortimer Snerd, I have people say they know somebody who sounds and looks like Mortimer Snerd. So that's not quite as good a compliment, I think.
Well, were you the first of the big-time ventriloquist in vaudeville at that particular time, Edgar?
Well, no. We never had more than 4 or 5 ventriloquists in the country, even in vaudeville days. But there was the great Lester, and he was a great ventriloquist. And then there was a chap named Valentine Vox. And then we'd have a fella from Spain, Senor Wences, who's still around. He's very good. But I just happened to get on radio and be at the right place at the right time.
Don Ameche worked with Bergen in those years. He was MC on December 12, 1937, when Mae West was the guest of honor for an innuendo-heavy skit called Adam and Eve.
I remember the Mae West episode. My goodness, I should say I do. I almost got thrown off the air for life because of a skit. The name of the sketch was Adam and Eve, I think was the name of it, and Arch Obler wrote it. Arch later became a very famous scriptwriter, radio scriptwriter. It had been done before on the air, and I was worried about many of the words that were in the script, so I called Danny Danker, who was then the head of J. Walter Thompson, and Danny came down, nearly as I remember, sometime around 11:30 at night, and I told Danny that, I said, all these lines have got to come out, Danny, or I'm not going to do the show tomorrow because I'm frightened of it. Mm-hmm. So Danny said, you stay here. I was downstairs. And Danny went upstairs and spent the time with Mae and came back down and said, go home, go to sleep, everything is out. I said, fine, thank you, Danny, and went home. And the next day I came down and we did the show, and while I'm introducing her, I can see her, preening and getting all set for this thing. And she didn't put any of the lines back in, and she read them in the regular Mae West style, which was fine by me, and then did a skit with Charlie McCarthy. And that skit, I remember distinctly walking over to have something to eat with Edgar between rehearsal and showtime, and I said, Ed, I think you're crazy for saying all these things you're saying. He said, well, what am I going to do now? It's this time already. I said, well, I don't know, Ed, but I said, I'm really frightened for you. Well, the furor came not over any of the double entendre or the innuendos or anything like that. It was over, they claimed, making fun of the Bible. And this was what started it all. And, oh, my, it got to be a real ruckus. It went to the House of Congress. Went that far. Mm-hmm.
Well, what was the ultimate
They ruled
conclusion?
her off.
Threw her off
supposedly
the air.
for life, yes.
Yeah.
Over the next 6 seasons, his show was never rated lower than 4th. Twice, it was the country's top program. In November of 1944, Bergen's rating was 22.7. Roughly 18 million people tuned in on November 5th, when the guest was Orson Welles, for the second of back-to-back appearances on the show.
The makers of Chase and Sanborn Coffee bring you Edgar Bergen, Charlie McCarthy, and Effie Clinker, with Orson Welles, Ray Noble and his orchestra, Joan Merrill, yours truly, Jim Ameche, and Charlie's special guest, John Robert Powers.
Orson, Wellsy. Now, never mind that, Charlie. Never mind calling Orson. You're not going to start off by insulting each other. You want to bet? Yeah. Where's old Fatso?
I'm right here, Splinter Puss. If I have any trouble with you, I'll put you to sleep.
Well, you could do it easy with one of your recitations.
Why, you woodpecker's box lunch?
Boys, shame on you.
What's the matter, Joni?
Well, I wish you wouldn't insult Mr. Wells. That's not a bit nice.
What's nicer than that? Well, you could keep quiet and listen while Joan sings This Can't Be Love.
Because I feel so well. No sobs, no sorrows, no sighs. This can't be love. I get no dizzy spell. My head is not in the skies. My heart does not stand still. Hear it beat. This is too sweet to be loved. This can't be love. love because I feel so well, but still I love to look in your eyes. This can't be love because I feel so well. No sobs, no sorrows, no sighs. This can't be love. I get no dizzy spells. My head is not in the skies. My heart does not stand still. Hear it beat. This is too sweet to be. This can't be love because I feel so well, but still I love to look in your eyes. I love to look in your eyes.
Say, Edgar, what's this I hear about you getting into trouble with police on Halloween?
Oh, it was nothing, Jim. It was nothing at all.
Bergen got arrested. Bergen got arrested.
Tell me what happened, Edgar.
Well, you see, we were invited to a Halloween party, and I was standing on the corner waiting for Charlie. And I was dressed in a hobo outfit. And a cop arrested me for vagrancy.
Arrested you for vagrancy? Did he take you to jail?
Well, of course. And that judge of the night court, oh, was he awful.
I enjoyed every minute of it. It was beautiful.
Oh, that poor fellow that was ahead of me, too. Well, all he said was, let me explain. And the judge said,
10 days or $20. Next case. Step up, Curly.
Your Honor, this is all a mistake. It's Halloween.
I know that, Pumpkinhead. And you'd better start bobbing for a bail bond. Bailiff, swear this tramp in.
Oh, very well. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, as if I cared?
I do.
I do. Egad, always I do. Isn't anyone ever going to say, I don't?
I don't mean to insult you, Bailiff, but you remind me of Ray Noble.
Heaven forbid.
Yeah.
Quiet. What's the name?
Edgar Bergen.
The name sounds familiar. You must have a long record. Didn't I once sentence you to Alcatraz?
Oh, no, Your Honor, no.
Tell me, what do you do for a living?
It's,
Must be fascinating work.
I wouldn't have missed this for anything.
Well, speak up. What kind of work do you do?
Work?
Will you translate the words for him, Judge?
Your Honor, I'm a ventriloquist.
Oh, a horse doctor.
No, that's veterinary. I throw my voice. I make it come from different places.
I see. Getting ready to plead insanity.
No, I am not pleading insanity. Ventriloquism is an ancient art.
So is pocket picking.
Put in both of them.
So is pocket picking.
I'm also a comedian.
I object,
Objection sustained. Young man, what is your name?
It's Charlie McCarthy.
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Why?
You seem like a fairly intelligent gentleman.
Oh, God, you're getting thick in that stuff. Thanks, Judge. If I weren't under oath, I would return the compliment.
In brogue, too, you little one-headed dummy. Another crack like that, and I'll whittle you down to a gavel. Now, Curly, how long have you been a pickpocket?
I am not a pickpocket. I'm a ventriloquist.
Okay, prove it.
Well, that I can do. And it's easy.
But without moving your lips.
That kills it.
You know, I can do a little throwing myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I'm going to toss you in the clink.
Your Honor, can't you drop the charges?
Drop the charge?
Well, you've already dropped the accent, or... I haven't violated any law.
Oh, you haven't, eh? Let me turn to page 98, section 42, paragraph 6. I quote, "And then Roland took her into his big, strong arms and kissed her for..." Uh-oh, it's the wrong book.
Hey, Judge, will you let me read that after you get through with it?
Gladly.
Yeah.
You know, this Roland guy is one of the darndest characters you ever met. He tells the girls, he tells them he's not good enough for them, and then they feel sorry for him.
That's sure racket. You know, I always read their palms. That's my racket. Yeah, and then I tell them they're lonesome.
Your Honor, you may have nothing much to do, but I wish you would at least have a little consideration for my time.
And time is what I'm going to give you.
Huh?
I will now pronounce sentence in my fine, resonant voice.
Just pronounce it. Don't try for the Academy Award.
I now sentence you to 10 days in jail for vagrancy.
That's handing it to him, Buckethead.
And just for that remark, Mallet Head, I sentence you to 10 days for contempt.
Faith, I could do better justice in an auto court.
If there's going to be any brogue around here, Bergen, I'll handle it. Just for that, I'm going to make it 20 days.
Why don't you make it an even 30 and give us a monthly rate?
You know, you take all the jokes, Bergen. That's all right, but leave me the brogue. It's all I got.
Sure, and that we will.
Well, you know, I wish I could give you the time, but our jail, like every other place, is overcrowded.
You mean, Your Honor, that there's really a shortage of cells?
Oh, conditions are really awful. We even have to put bars on the windows to keep people from sneaking in.
No.
Yes.
Well, what accommodations can you give us, Judge?
Well, I can give you a nice cell on the 3rd floor with twin bunks.
Yeah? Does it have southern exposure?
Well, no, I'm sorry.
Well, then I'm afraid it just won't do. No, it's not what we're accustomed to, you know, Judge.
Well, I'm terribly sorry, but believe me, I'm giving you the best we have.
Oh, I guess you're not to blame, personally, but we'd rather not. If you don't mind, we'd just rather not take it, so... Thank you just the same, Judge, and so long, Judge.
Well, you'd better try us again sometime. Hey, wait a minute! Come back here!
The one table pleasure that knows no season is delicious, flavorful coffee. It isn't limited to mealtime either. Enjoy it at any hour. Choose delicious Chase and Sanborn coffee. Make every cup an occasion. The superb blend with its extra flavor made the second cup famous. At mealtime, Chase and Sanborn coffee sets off good food to the utmost advantage. And between meals by itself, when you want coffee for coffee's sake, this richer blend is made to order. Enjoy the deep-down satisfying goodness of coffee as it should be. Get Chase and Sanborn. In the past year, more people changed to Chase and Sanborn coffee than to any other kind on the market. That's the biggest swing in coffee history, brought about by individuals buying coffee for flavor. And buying coffee on that basis brings Chase and Sanborn new friends every day. You're entitled to all that extra flavor, too, so make sure that you get it. Get the blend that gives you all the flavor going. Ask for Chase and Sanborn coffee.
You know, Jim, just imagine. It was 80 years ago that Caleb Chase walked up to James Sanborn and said, "Greetings, Gate, let's percolate." 80 years ago. Those were truly the happy yesterdays.
Orson, do you really think the so-called good old days were better than today?
Oh, of course, of course. Take the theater, for example. Irving, Booth, Mansfield, dozens of great actors. Today, there's only one.
You know, I've often wondered what it was like living in the old days.
Well, why don't you ask Bergen?
Well, now, don't be silly, Jim. Bergen wouldn't remember what happened 80 years ago. He was just a little boy at the time.
Orson, I'm surprised to hear you express preference for the old days. I think the world of the future will be a lot better place to live in, don't you?
Oh, you do you? Yes, yes. Well, just imagine the two of us meeting on the street, Edgar, 50 years from now.
That I will.
God, that's you.
1995, the world of tomorrow.
1995, the world of stratoliners, television, and stuff.
1995, it's another baby boy at the Bing Crosby's.
1995, a mighty good price for a suit with 2 pairs of pants.
A couple of playboys, Buck Bergen and Flash Wells, meet on the plastic sidewalk of New York.
Hiya, Flash.
Hiya, Buck. I topped you.
Say, Flash, you look mighty sharp in your new soybean suit.
Oh, thanks, Buck. I got news for you. The soybean will never replace this corn.
Say, what's that in the back of your suit? Is that a built-in parachute?
No, that's me.
Chunky rascal.
Yeah, after 80 years, it still is. Gee willikers, Buck. These are wonderful times we live in, ain't they?
I'll say.
Yeah.
See, last night I kissed a girl before she could slap me. I was 3 blocks away.
Ain't jet propulsion wonderful?
See, I hear you have a new secretary.
Say, Buck, you ought to see her. Some robot. She's got floating power, chromium chassis, and the prettiest stainless steel complexion. Oh.
She sounds solid.
Solid, yeah. When I'm dictating a letter, you ought to see the way she looks up at me with those big brown rivets.
123 skidoo, kid.
Yeah, pretty sharp. I'll say, yeah. Science is wonderful. Have you tried these here new pills? Dr. Frankenstein's Wonder Juice?
Yep.
Oh, it's marvelous. This is my 3rd set of teeth.
Well, this is my 5th crop of hair.
Coming in kind of slow this year, ain't it?
Late spring. Say, how about a bite to eat?
Fine. Here's the slot machine supermart right over here.
Oh, yes, this is the place where everything comes in concentrated pills.
Sure do.
Yeah, let's go in.
Say, this is quite a place, isn't it? See those delicious-looking red pills?
Yeah.
That's tomato soup.
Yum, 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 yum.
This brown one is sirloin steak, medium rare. A little white one next to it is the onions. You understand what I'm saying? If you like onions.
I hear their blue plate special is very good.
Oh, it's excellent.
Where do we find it?
Well, I think it's one of the levers on this super everything machine. Here it is. Let's see. Where are the lunches on this thing? Automobile pills? No. Permanent wave pills?
No.
I use curlers. 2 weeks vacation in 30 seconds pills? No. Babies? No. Oh, here we are. Blue plate special. Got a nickel, Buck?
Yeah, here you are, Flash. Hey, wait a minute. You're pulling the wrong lever there, aren't you?
Holy smokes!
Hey, what's the matter here?
You and your progress. Look, I'm going to have a baby.
To the sweethearts all over the world, Joan Merrill and Ray Noble dedicate Irving Berlin's romantic ballad, Together.
We stroll the lane together, laughed at the rain together, sang love's refrain together, and we both pretend it would never end. One day we cried together, cast love aside together. You're gone from me, but in my memory, we always will be together. We stroll the lane together,
see. Using double X panchromatic with an f5.6 opening. Depth of focus will be 6 feet. Western meter reading will be 80. See, with a K1 filter. See.
What are you talking about there, Bergen?
Young man, you're talking to a professional photographer.
Yeah?
Yes.
Since when?
Well, since I learned that John Robert Powers is coming here.
Yeah?
Yes.
What did he do?
What did he do? Yeah, well, he's the man who has hundreds of beautiful girls calling on him every day.
Yeah?
Yes.
What's he doing? Peddling hot nylons?
No. No, he's an authority on lovely women. You know those gorgeous girls on magazine covers?
No, but I wish I did.
Yeah. Ray, you've seen their lovely faces, haven't you?
Oh, faces? Well, I hadn't noticed.
No, you haven't. Why, Mr. Powers is the man who supplies the models for many photographers.
Oh, he does?
Yes.
Oh, well, I like him already. Maybe we can meet some of those girls, and, and we'll ask him for some of their phone numbers, and then we go dancing with the models and see.
All right, just a moment. Charlie, when you're going to do nothing of the kind.
Why?
Oh, no. Why, you can't do that.
Can't?
No, you can't come right out and ask him for the phone number.
Can't you?
Oh, no.
No, I guess you couldn't do that. He's wise to that.
Yes.
Oh, I got it. The camera.
Well, exactly, of course, you see. That's why I'm a professional photographer.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good for you. What about us, though?
Well, you and Ray, you'll be my assistants, you see.
Yes, that's the idea. Charlie, let's all be frightfully scientific and things, you know.
Yeah, we're all photographers.
Yes, that's the idea.
You'll never know.
Say, what's going on here, fellows?
Oh, we're fixing up a booby trap.
A booby trap?
Yeah, we're going to frame a Mr.
Hello, Mr. Powers.
Yeah, that's the guy, Powers.
Charlie, this is John Robert Powers.
Yes. Oh, hello, Mr. Powers.
Hello, Mr. Powers. Awfully jolly meeting you, old thing.
Did you come all alone, Mr. Powers?
Yes, of course. Why?
Didn't you bring any models with you?
No, I never mix business with pleasure.
No.
Models are my business.
Yeah.
My stock and trade, Charlie.
Sure. Could I help you take inventory?
Wait a minute, John. I wish I could let you see the list of the phone numbers we have.
Yeah, well, that's what Bergen and I were saying. We were. No. No, sir. We will do no such thing, Mr. Powers. We're not interested.
No. Well, I'm glad to hear it. For you'd be surprised how many fellows would really like to go out with these beautiful models.
You don't say. Oh, isn't that disgusting? Oh, the cads.
Yes, I make it a rule only to give the phone numbers to professional photographers.
Yeah, don't need to put He walked right into it, didn't he, Bergen? Oh, that's a good rule, ain't it, Bergen?
Yes. Well, Mr. Powers, it so happens that I am a photographer, and I feel that it's only right that I should give you some of my business.
Yeah, give him the business. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that, Edgar. Have you sold any pictures to the magazines?
Well, no, but I've had some very flattering turndowns.
Well, that's very interesting. Tell me, what kind of equipment you use?
Well,
Yes.
well, mostly we use a camera.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but what kind?
Oh.
Well, we have assorted.
No. Well, isn't it a sort of a, Charlie, isn't it what is it?
Well, it's a number 2 brownie.
No, it's a very famous camera. It's a Brown and Snooten house. It's an imported camera.
Yes, it's important. Yeah, that's what it is. We got it out of a claw machine. No. Every time you open the shutter, a jelly bean falls out. It's a sort of a candied camera. All right.
You see, John, being a photographer, I can use a model.
Then you want a mannequin.
No, we want a girlican.
Yeah.
Well, all right, Charlie. Tell me, what type do you prefer? The athletic type or perhaps the glamour type?
Well, they're both nice. We sort of lean towards the lonesome type.
Well, you might send over, I think that'd be the best, don't you, if you sent over, 3 or 4 or 6 aides, something like that, we could sort of choose the one we wanted to get exactly what we want.
Well, I doubt it very much if you'd find the perfect model.
Yeah, I dare say you're right, yes. But we'll have a lot of fun looking.
Well, maybe I can help you out of your difficulty a little bit. Let's see. Maybe I could suggest the right one.
Yes.
But first of all, tell me, how do you like your pictures, in the high key or the low key?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good question, that is.
Yeah. Well, Ray, do we use the high key or the low key, Ray?
Oh, I think it's the low key, mostly B flat.
Mostly B flat,
yes. B flat.
B flat?
Yeah.
That must be something new.
Oh, yes, it is. It's a sort of a tone picture.
Yes, that's
Well, is it done in colors?
Oh, yes. We just finished the grand camera suite with a special color by Rimsky Kodachrome.
Well, that must be a remarkable camera.
Oh, it is all of that. It is all of that, yes. It's even equipped with a home on the range finder.
Now, we want the perfect model to try out this new color process is what we're looking for.
Yeah, well, I think I know just what you need.
Oh, I knew you'd come through, yes. Just what would you suggest?
A basket of fresh fruit.
You mean, Mr. Powers, we don't get any phone numbers?
No.
Hang up, Bergen. Your party line is dead.
Yes.
And as for you, Mr. Powers, in return for this kind favor, I'll be glad to introduce you to the perfect model, Effie. Effie!
Clinker, this is Mr. Powers.
Oh, Mr. Powers. I've just been dying to meet you.
Don't tell me you want to be a Powers girl.
Pardon?
Yeah. I say you don't want to be a Powers girl.
I want to be anybody's girl.
Yeah.
Mr. Powers, don't you think I have an hourglass figure?
Yes, Effie, but it's about 40 minutes late.
Yeah. Oh, you're so sweet. I just love to rub my fingers through your eyebrows.
No, no.
Tell me, Effie, what experience have you had?
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
All right, Mr. Powers wants to know if you've had any experience.
Well, I had a funny one last night.
No.
It was wonderful.
Yeah. He means, have you ever modeled before?
Oh, may we?
Yes.
I was a model before I could toddle.
Isn't that wonderful? Didn't you once tell me that you posed for the Slottenhammer Pickles?
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
I was the Gherkin girl.
Yes. The what?
The original pickle puss.
Yes. And now you want to go back to modeling?
That's right.
Yes.
I'm tired of hiding my light under my bustle.
What?
I mean, bushel. Heavens to skill milk, I'm a
Your cup and saucer should say, come and get it every time you see them. They should be a symbol of pleasure enjoyed and the promise of still more to come. To make sure that your coffee cup holds that promise and fulfills it every time, fill it with Chase & Sanborn coffee, all the flavor a cup will hold. Start the day with Chase & Sanborn's zippy, tangy wealth of flavor, full of wake up and go. And all through the day, with meals in between, enjoy its satisfying goodness. Right now, Chase & Sanborn is fast approaching its 81st anniversary. And through all those years, it's been the byword for supremely delicious, richer, more flavorful coffee. In the past year, more people changed to Chase & Sanborn coffee than to any other blend on the market. That's the biggest swing in coffee history. And today, this superb blend is the standard of excellence in millions of homes. There's no reason for you to be satisfied with anything less. Ask your grocer for delicious Chase & Sanborn coffee. with us again next week when Edgar Bergen, Charlie McCarthy, Mortimer Snerd, Joan Merrill, Ray Noble, and all of us will be on hand to greet Charlie's special guest, Frank Fay. This week, when you're buying coffee, think of us and ask for Chase and Sanborn coffee. Coffee made to serve in times like these. This is Jim Ameche saying good night from New York's Radio City.